Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we talk about a movie called Too Beautiful to Die, which is an Italian giallo. I found out this was actually a TV movie, and this was supposed to be a trilogy movie. There was another movie called Nothing Underneath, if I'm corrected, and this is supposed to be a sequel to that movie. But when I read the description for the first movie, there's no relation, by the way, just Beautiful Miles dying. And there is a third movie called the Late Night Fashion Show, I think, which I saw a trailer for it on YouTube. I wasn't even feeling that one, so I'm gonna skip that one. But the first movie, I will be reviewing that soon, so just be on the lookout for that. But Too Evil to Die, I picked this one first instead of reviewing the first one, which was possibly part of the trilogy. Also, what's interesting about this movie is the director. It's directed by a guy named Dario Piana, and was for some weird reason I know I heard this name somewhere around. And when I went to the description on IMDb, he did Lost Boys the third, which is the third Lost Boys movie. And personally, I like that movie. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed the third Lost Boys movie. The sequel, I did not. But there was another movie he also directed, which I didn't even notice, was called The Deaths of Ian Stone, which is I feel like it's the most underrated horror movie. Not a lot of people do talk about this movie, how enjoyable this film was. It was part of the To Die For series back in the days, in the mid 2000s, and the Deaths of Ian Stone was one of the most underrated horror movie. It came out in 2007, and I remember enjoying it. And I realized something. I didn't even review this movie. When I started YouTube, I started back in 2009 as a different persona at the time, and this movie came out 2 years before that. So coming soon, I will be talking about this movie. So be on the lookout for that. The Death of Ian Stone. Besides that, let's talk about Too Beautiful to Die. It's a giallo movie with beautiful women, and it's about this beautiful model that this director like. This model goes to this party with her model friends, and she's been set up by the model and by her manager of the agency by to get disrespected by a rich guy, and they were all in on it. She ran away. You find out that she died, and suddenly the other models that were involved in this woman's misery, her pain, and her suffering, they end up dying one by one by this blade killer, and who's doing it, you know? Later on, this mysterious girl comes by a life of this director, and the director wanted to hire this girl to replace the model that died. And as the movie progressed, these models and the manager, they'll die one by one, and until you get to the big reveal, you know. Um, I really enjoyed this one, even though while I heard this was supposed to be a TV movie. It's pretty good when it comes to Italian cinema, especially with Italian TV movies. Blood, gore, nudity is like out in the open, so it's like they do have nudity in regular television in their country, which I think is cool, man. Because nudity is awesome, you know. And I mean, nothing wrong with getting down and dirty, or doing it using it as an art form, of course, like in this movie. This movie is totally 80s, like 1988. This movie came out. It is like a music video when you watch this movie, so that's pretty cool too. And I kind of like the setup on this movie. Too Beautiful to Die, so definitely check it out, give it a chance. Over and out.